What's going on, LEGO Maniacs? It's Ty, the LEGO guy here, and today we're actually taking a look at the brand new Creator Medieval Castle. That's set 31120. It has 1,426 pieces, 4 minifigs, retails for $100 US, and it came out in 2021. Now what's interesting is a lot of people feel that this set's overpriced, others love it, but we're going to take a look at its positives and its negatives just to see where this set kind of stands. You guys know probably from watching this channel, I absolutely love anything to do with castle, so we're going to see how this set stacks up. But enough talk, let's get right into it. And to begin, we'll actually start by taking a look at the box art. And I have to say, it gives me very fantasy vibes. You know, if you ever looked at any of those older fantasy books like Robin Hood or whatnot, that's what this is kind of giving me. Very nice looking. You also get 2 different builds that you can make. I will say that the castle, I feel, is better than both of these. But they're still not bad. I do like that about the 3-in-1 sets. Then flipping it around, we'll get into some more of its features, I guess. So you get a better look. Some of the side builds. I actually like the windmill one quite a bit. Some of the rooms, which we'll, obviously take a look a little closer at. The interior of the castle, there's actually a lot of detail in this set. And then on the side of the box, nothing too crazy, just shows the front again. And then on the top, shows all 3 of the different builds along with the minifigure. And on the bottom, nothing too much, the barcode, LEGO Creator, all that good stuff. Let's now take a look at the set itself. And to kick off the set, we'll actually begin by taking a look at a couple of the smaller builds that are basically included. So you get this awesome looking little dragon along with a little well. You guys a little bit more view of the well just right now. There's a little frog on it. Has a little bucket. It has everything you'd basically want a well to have, right? You guys a little bit more view of the dragon though. He's actually not so little. And he's quite detailed. Now you do have to really work the joints and the wings, the legs to kind of make him balance so he can stand. It's a little tricky, but I think that he actually looks pretty awesome. Again, let's actually just grab a minifigure to show you guys the size difference. He's a sizable dragon. Quite a bit bigger, obviously, than the minifigure. And he's pretty detailed. I would have maybe preferred more of like a dinosaur type mold, like what we get in Jurassic Park for the dragon. But this isn't all that bad. I do still quite like it. Let's now take a look at the meat of the set. And here we have the castle. And as you can see, it's actually quite sizable. It's about or almost a foot tall, or almost 1/3 of a meter in height for those of you that use the metric system. I also love the fact that it mixes stone and wood. That's actually quite accurate because a lot of castles were sort of built like that. A lot of features, as you guys can see. Building techniques too. This is a really good looking castle. But let's now break it down area by area. And the first area that we'll take a look at is actually the main gate, which is probably, or not probably, it is the largest build of the set. Basically, the castle is made up of 3 different parts, this being the largest. The first thing that I wanted to mention is it has an awesome feature, and it's the raising and lowering of the gate. So, just like so. Actually raise it, and then if you want to lower it, which we'll show off, you have to actually pull this pin up. It's a little trickier to lower, but yeah, now you can lower it. It's obviously the Black Falcon's castle as well, because they have the shield right here, and it actually has a water moat around the castle, which is actually quite nice. Moving to the side, you can see that they have this very nice looking little tree. Isn't too crazy, but nice little detail. It has some little mushrooms on either side of it. And then getting into the interior, this is where it really starts to shine. There's one really funny part about this set. Now, I will say that there is a lot of wasted space in this interior. Basically, look at this. Wasted space, wasted space, wasted space. Very nice windows though. There again is this little toggle. If you put this down, you literally can't raise or lower it, which is quite cool. I think you can raise it, but if you want to lower it, you can. Yeah, it stops that, see? You also notice the top has the top isn't too bad, but again, it's just these empty rooms. Like, they could have filled it with something, but there is a really cool looking little room. Before we do that though, let's actually just give you guys a view of the literal Black Falcon. I would have preferred that this be a mold instead of it being brick built, but it is the creator theme, and this is what they kind of like to do. But this is the room that I was talking about that I really liked. When I was building it, I was like, what on earth is this? This is supposed to be a bathroom, and it just fits a minifigure. As you can see, it also has the toilet paper in the corner right there. Let's actually show a minifigure in there. I just thought it was hilarious. This is the only time I've seen LEGO ever make a bathroom. And here we have it with an actual minifigure in there. I had to remove a little bit just to give you guys a little bit better view, but I think that's hilarious. And it makes sense. I mean, you gotta have a bathroom, right? You're gonna have to go at some point, and they incorporated that with this build. Really like this room. Again, this has a lot of wasted space, but overall, I still quite like it. It's just, fill the rooms, LEGO. Let's now take a look at the second part. And now we've come to basically the blacksmith portion of the castle. And you'll notice there's actually a lot of detail on the exterior. The first being this wheel. Really reminds me of a mill, like a medieval mill, but it actually has something to do with the blacksmith, which we'll get into as we take a look at the inside. On the side, you'll notice a little target, you know, to practice your archery, along with a couple hens and a rooster. And then in the interior, this is my favorite portion of the castle as far as the interior goes. So much detail. So the first thing you'll notice is it has actually a little mouse going after some cheese, nice suit of armor, an area for the little furnace, right, to work on the weapons, and then this nice looking little sword. And remember that mechanism I was telling you about? Well, how that kind of works is if you spin the wheel, it brings down the hammer. So I thought that was quite nice. And then right here, this is basically where the king would sit. There is no king that's included in this set. However, it seems a little bit, kind of fancy basically. There's no other way to kind of put it. And there's a little doorway actually leading to the interior of this room. You'll also notice they have a nice little fireplace and one of those new candle pieces that they've been using a lot. Really like the interior. Again, this just gives me very much 90s vibes, except it's been updated, which I love. You also get a treasure chest, because what would a castle set be without treasure? And we'll actually just show off the booty. It also has a pirate, so it makes sense that there's booty in it. You get a couple rubies and these golden bricks. Again, this isn't my favorite type of treasure, but it's not all bad. At least they included something. Overall, I really like the look of this. You also have some nice detailing on the roof with the little bird. I believe this is to tell which way the wind is blowing. I don't actually think it's supposed to be a bird. You know, that type of instrument that we use, or they used a lot in the past. And then you have a nice little chimney. Let's now take a look at the final part of the castle, which is basically the Watchtower / jail. As you can see, the exterior doesn't have a whole lot. However, you can actually break free the prisoner who's already dead if you want. So that's actually kind of cool. You can get to the interior by just taking that door down. Maybe there's going to be a prison heist. And then inside, now there isn't a whole lot of detail on the Watchtower as far as the interior goes. I do like the look of it though a lot with this wood. It just looks really good. The second level doesn't have all that much going on. It's really the bottom that you'll get some more detail. So You'll notice they have some apples, some berries, some bread, and then that jail, which you can actually open up the door to reveal the skeleton. We will get a little bit better look of him when we, take a look at the minifigures. Surprisingly enough, we actually get a better view of the interior of the prison from this angle. Basically, there's just a little wine glass, a gold wine glass, so he's kind of living it up, I guess, in prison, along with a little table. And I really like this. Check it out. We know that there's a mouse in this castle, and they have a little mouse hole there. I just thought that was a nice little detail that they included. Really cute. But yeah, that pretty well does the castle. Let's now take a look at the minifigures. And here we have the first two minifigures that are included, being two Black Falcon Knights. Love the detail on these guys, nice looking torso printing, leg printing. They also have that Black Falcon shield. Give you guys a 360 view of them. No arm printing or anything crazy like that, but they do have back torso printing. There is no back face printing. Still though, I do quite like these knights. I just wish, again, there was more of them. Removing their helmets just reveals an old and a young knight. Very good looking. Hopefully they maybe eventually give us like a battle pack with these guys. That's extremely unlikely, but it would be nice just to kind of man your castle. Let's now take a look at the pirate minifigures. And here we have him. So we have a skeleton along with a blacksmith. Essentially, he's a pirate. Let's just be honest. I mean, the fact that he has this shirt could throw him in the creator pirate ship and no one would bat an eye at him because he's a pirate. That's a pirate torso. If they literally gave him, a different torso, maybe made him look more like a, just not a striped shirt. Anything pretty well besides a striped shirt, and he would have maybe fit a bit better. Not saying he's a bad minifigure. It's just, this is clearly a pirate minifigure. This is not a blacksmith. Let's remove his hair just to give you a little bit better view of his dirty face. I do like his face printing though. That's quite nice. I just wish that he had more of a torso that made him look maybe like a peasant blacksmith. You get what I'm saying. And then we have the skeleton on the right. This is one of the new skeletons with the arms that can actually be raised and lowered. Still like the old school skeletons, but it's not a bad inclusion. And I think the skeleton actually works. It's mainly, again, just the pirate minifigure. I think his torso definitely needs a swap. Overall though, the minifigures are still quite good. I just wish there was more of them again. Let's now get into the end of the review and get my final thoughts. Well guys, that was my review. Do hope you enjoyed it. Personally, I think that this is actually a really good castle. I love all the features. I love the overall look of this model. I like the fact that there's like wooden structures built into, the rock, which is actually somewhat historically accurate. Not every castle is just straight up stone. They a lot of times added other structures to it. So that kind of has that aesthetic. It doesn't have a king, which is kind of odd, but I don't mind that. It's just more of like, a normal fortification, which I appreciate. The only negative I see with this is the lack of minifigures. I think if they included 2 extra Black Falcon Knights, it'd be great, because in my books, half of them are from the castle theme as far as this set goes with the minifigures that are included, and then half of them are pirates. Like you get a skeleton and basically what looks to be a pirate. They need to include more minifigures. Besides that, really like this castle. I could see someone buying multiples of these and just, expanding on this, which would be pretty cool. And I think, again, if you're looking for a castle this size, this is the best price you're gonna get. If you wanna go and get some retired castle, go ahead. And a lot of the older castle sets are amazing. However, you're gonna be paying a lot more than $100 US, so I'd say buy this one. Definitely a pretty fair price, relatively sizable, has some great play features, great display ability if you're, an adult and you wanna stick this on a shelf. Overall, I give it probably a 9 out of 10. Again, the only thing I think that's lacking from it is the minifigures. But besides that, I really can't complain. But let me know what you guys think about this one, if you like it, if you don't. Areas you think they could maybe improve on the set. I know I'm probably gonna see a lot of minifigure comments, and I totally agree with that. But overall, again, I think that this is worth the buy, especially if you get it on sale, if you get a promo, then it's just basically a no-brainer. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. But if you like this video, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing and click that bell so you're notified for any future creator, castle, etc. reviews. We do probably one of them a month, and yeah, I really like doing them. It's one of my all-time favorite themes. But yeah, that's all I got for you again. But thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.